this is Jackie from Bronx Baubles, and I'm bringing you another exciting video. This video is part of my In the Wild series. This is when I go out into the thrift stores and flea markets and yard sales, and I go hunting for baubles and jewels, and I bring them back home and I reveal them to you, and I explain to you maybe a little story about them, maybe a little bit why I purchased them. And I got a bunch of baubles here that I'm dying to show you. This is part of my recent vintage custom jewelry haul. So if this is something that excites you, stay tuned and let's just get this video started. The first thing I want to share with you is this amazing bib necklace. This necklace is so beautiful. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? And I love that baby pink color. It sort of reminds me of the angel skin coral ring that I have. And this is so 2020. The colors on this necklace is so reminiscent and on point with that year. And so in the future, this will be very identifiable because of the color of the stones and the style. And so look, just look at this. Fabulous, isn't it? And this cost me $7.99. I am such a girl from the 1980s. The 80s, I was in high school, I was in college, and I was living my best life. Until now. But anyway, the 1980s was such a great decade. Big is better. Greed is good. Gordon Gekko and Wall Street were like the top movies and one of my favorites. And big gold hunker knocker earrings. And so when I saw this, I just screamed. First of all, I thought maybe it could have even been a Joseph's of Hollywood. It definitely has that Russian gold plated look to it, but it's not marked at all. It's hollow, but it's big and impressive, and I love these earrings. You can imagine how excited I was when I looked like 20 feet and I spotted this piece like from the distance, and I grabbed it and ran like a thief in the night, like I like to say. This is called half collarette Leah Stein. It's laminated. They were really popular in the 70s and 80s. And I even have a Leah Stein book, and this piece is in the book. So this is considered a book piece, and it always commands a little bit extra premium if I were to sell it, which I'm not. But it's a fabulous piece. I bought it for $4.99. And oh my God, I am so excited to add this Art Deco Leah Stein brooch laminated in my collection. I'm from the 1970s and 80s, and one of the things I love to collect, it's a recent thing that I started to do, is collect these flower power enamel brooches. I just love them. And I'm going to insert a picture here of some of my other flower power enamel flowers. And these are fabulous. These are my total color scheme, as you can tell. I love orange. These are going to work so beautiful in my collection. And I have to do a Bronx Bauble box of my flower power brooches because they really are something special, and I'll tell you a little history about them when I do that video. But in the meantime, just gawk at these and enjoy them. And you can still get these for really cheap. About $2.99 I think I paid for each and every one of these, up to like no more than $4.99. These are my flower power orange brooch enamel vintage collection. I see a bit of a theme here. I seem to gravitate to things that are red and orange in nature. I just love that color. It's one of my favorites. And so when I saw these two bracelets, I just about dropped. These were in two separate locations, but I put them together and they're definitely a pair. They're constructed and made in similar ways. I don't think that this is Bakelite, although I will test it. It's definitely brass, and I just love it because of the color. And I wish I had thirds, because I like to wear my bangles and bracelets in threes, not just one or two, but in threes, unless it's a big hunker of a piece like this one. But this color was on the money, and I loved it so much. And I believe I got each of these bracelets for $3.99. So it's $8 for the pair. I think that's a steal for such a beautiful, beautiful colored, and it adds any kind of a pop to any outfit. And it's also has this nice brass, and I believe it might have been made in India. Really, really good pieces. A lot of you know that I just love ethnic pieces of jewelry, especially from Africa and from India and Greece. And that's probably why I love my museum pieces, because those pieces represent all throughout the world. And so I found this fabulous piece. I don't know the name of it. I think it's called the bindi. I'm not sure, but you put it on your hair, and it usually comes with other sets of jewelry like necklace and earrings and stuff like that. And I just think it's so beautiful. Like, I would totally wear this at a dinner party, as an example. In fact, I'm gonna leave it on because I just love it so much. And the ladies who sell me the jewelry, they know that I love the ethnic pieces, and they always tend to pull them out of the counter and show them to me, because the Indian jewelry is tops. Love the color, love the patterns, love the style, love the design, and I would love to learn more about the history of these pieces, and that's perhaps my next step. This is such an unusual piece, and the reason why I love it is because it has this Greek god-like figure. Perhaps it's Zeus or Euripides or Oedipus. I'm not sure what it is, but the back of it has this great sexy man throwing an arrow, and it says made in Greece. And it has the reminiscence of an ancient coin that was perhaps found in some ruins in Greece, maybe in Athens in the Acropolis. But I love these big medallion pieces. It sort of reminds me of the Olympics coins, and perhaps that's where they got the idea. I'm sure somebody out there will tell me if so. But the picture of this gorgeous man with his beard and that profile and that strong structured nose, girlfriend, very handsome. As I said, I'm always picking up ethnic jewelry, and look at this multimedia fabulousness. This is a mixed metal piece, and it has brass and copper, and it has stainless steel, and it has these wooden beads, and it's constructed with brass findings. And just look at this piece. This piece is gorgeous. And I started doing research on amulets and talismans and charms, and I'm fascinated by the history of those things, and I hope to do a video on that soon. But this piece sort of reminds me of the evil eye. If you can see, this is the pupil, and then around circle is the eye. When women wear pieces like this, I believe that this is to ward off evil spirits, and it's considered an amulet. And so this piece came with its matching earrings. How cool is that? And I purchased this set for $9.99. And what a steal that was for such a beautiful statement piece that comes with matching earrings. This is a sort of an out-of-the-box purchase. I believe this is, again, from the 80s, the bigger is better generation. This piece here is made with blue velvet, and it has these little hand-sewn, iridescent, tiny little seed beads. And I just think it was such a stunning earring, very lightweight, but it carries a really big impact. And one of the reasons why I purchased this was because I actually found the bracelet, and the bracelet was situated somewhere else, and I went back and got the earrings to match. And so I think this is such a unique set. The earrings came out to $2.99, and the bracelet was $3.99. And I just think it's really a really nice set. And maybe perhaps one day I'll get to wear it. I just love lariats and tassels. And in my studies of amulets and talismans, I learned that tassels actually have a purpose in that world. And the purpose for tassels is to make noise and to make movement and swish the air around, again, to protect the wearer from evil spirits. And so when I saw this piece, and it had a little bit of an ethnic look to it, I don't know if somebody constructed this or if it was meant to be made this way. I just think it's really, really cool. This is a lariat, and a lariat fits around your neck, and you're supposed to sort of twist it, and one is supposed to be higher than the other, just like this. And actually, I think it goes really well with my outfit. And I'm just gonna pile on this jewelry. I'm just gonna pile it all on. I mean, why not? I'm playing dress up in my jewelry box. And I love that idea of looking for treasures out in the wild and bringing it home and putting it on and putting it on my mannequin and creating outfits around the pieces. I think this is really, really a stunning outfit, isn't it? And speaking of which, I recently showed this in my ring video, so check that out. This is really a cuff for the upper arm, but I have pretty big upper arms, so I put it here on my wrists. And it has that Grecian antique look to it. And I just simply love it. I love the swirls. Kind of has that Van Gogh look to it. And so, and these earrings are just really beautiful coral colored earrings that sway on my ears. And I just love it. So I hope you like my outfit. This is another 1980s piece. And the reason why I bought this is because I have the Napier book, and in the book it has this necklace. Although this necklace has black enamel and the book has just plain gold. And what I sometimes do is when I bring my jewelry home, I tend to clean it up, all my jewelry. I also do a blessing on my jewelry because I'm bringing it into the home and I don't know what the previous wearer spirit-wise had, and so I want to make sure that whatever comes in my home comes in good spirit. And so I bless it and I say thanks to the previous custodian, and I take on the responsibility of being the custodian. Like I said, I clean it up, and then I do my research. I tag it, and if I think it's in one of my books, I go into the books and I take a look and see if it's in there, and I mark it on this tag. And so this one says vintage Napier gold tone black enamel chunky chain necklace. Sometimes I put the cost of what I think it might be worth. In this case, I think it's worth about $50. This is a book piece, but with black enamel in the Napier book, page 666, Club 90. So this is actually from the 90s, not 80s, 90s. As I said before, I love museum piece jewelry, and I have several videos on my museum jewelry. You should check it out. And actually, I'm starting to collect quite a number of museum necklaces. So it sounds like the content of a new video. But this is something that I purchased for $4.99. And I just love it, and I recognized it right away as a museum piece. And after a while, your eyes get really trained on spotting particular pieces, like I did with the Leah Stein from like 20 feet away. You just know the pieces when you study them, and you have the books, and you do your research, and you watch the videos, and you join the clubs on Facebook. You start developing quite an eye, and I do have a bit of an eye. And so I knew that this was a museum piece even before she pulled it out. And I searched, and very, very tiny, has the museum MMA. I don't know anything about it. I haven't done my research on it. But when you hold it, you feel that weight of quality. And so this is probably a necklace from ancient Greece or ancient Roman times. It's so beautiful, it's so gorgeous and wonderful to layer. But stay tuned for a future museum necklace video to go with my brooches and my earrings. And last but certainly not least is this gorgeous, gorgeous fleur-de-lis vintage, made in Austria, Aurora Borealis AB rhinestone prong set brooch. Say that 10 times. This is actually a piece that has dimension to it. It's not a flat, it's made with these wires, and in the wires they solder the prongs, and then they set the AB stones on it, and it really is a wonderful, wonderful motif. And I just fell in love with it, and this brooch actually just cost me $3.99, but I think it's such a fabulous piece, totally from the 1950s perhaps, and I still gravitate to these pieces. So this piece says on a cartouche, made in Austria, and there are no stones out there that are made better than the Austrian vintage stones. They're so beautiful, they glow, and when you compare them with other jewelry that's made with average stones, you can totally tell the glow and the difference. Don't forget to subscribe. My viewership is ticking slowly, steadily up. My viewing of my videos and my comments, you guys are the best with the comments. I love that probably the most, and I love to respond to each and every one of your comments. So you tell me which one of these pieces is your favorite. Mine would probably be, I can't select just one favorite, so I'm gonna show you two. My favorite are these big honker 1980 door knocker earrings, because I just think they're incredible. I can't wait to wear them. And it has that Joseph of Hollywood look, something that I really, really love. So that's one. And my other favorite is this Leah Stein brooch, because I've been looking at these pieces for such a long time, and I sort of wish them into existence when I say, oh, I can't wait to have something like that. And then months later, maybe years later, I end up finding it. And so those are my favorite kinds of pieces to find, because it's like a wish coming true. And that's holds true for this Leah Stein brooch. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Con tanto, tanto amor.